How you going, guys? Just want to do a quick video on the garage setup I've got going here with what I've got going with them with the spray guns. Okay, I do have a bit of a thing here, just working out at the moment. It's like a sort of a desiccant setup to try and dry my air as it runs through. I've got like a twin gang. It's just basically a water filter setup. I run the desiccant beads in. Seems to be working pretty well. What happens is when they get saturated, they start to turn like a pinky colour. So you just dry them out in the oven. But it seems to work out quite well. I run it through a couple of the old like receiver dryers that it's set up, and it seems to work quite well. Over here I have me table set up. Just a little workbench that I use to set up all my paint and stuff like that, muck around. Got old bonnet hanging from the wall. It's covering up a window. That's quite well. Got just use what you got. It's like my curtains in the garage. Yeah, do bits and pieces in here. Love spraying bits and pieces. Here's a lower, like a spoiler off one of my Fords that I run. Just cleaned up the other day. Had a huge crack in it that I did a repair on. It was basically she was split sort of right around from the bottom to the top. So done a repair on that. It's all sitting there waiting to go back on the car, but unfortunately what's happened is now that looks so good that I need to take the bumper off the car and respray it as well to try and match it in and make it look good, because the bumper looks like a load of rubbish. What I did want to talk about was a couple of guns that I've got. Let me set up here. I've got a genuine Devilbiss. It's a GTI Pro Light, and I've also got a Chinese knockoff thing that I've been using to lay down base coat. It's pretty well finished sort of gun. I'm quite impressed with it. I've looked at a lot of reviews on what do you call it? Sorry, I'm losing it at the moment. Looked at a lot of reviews that I've seen on YouTube about these things, and yes, they are a cheap gun. This one here in Australia cost me nearly $600 with a T110 air cap on it. This one here, this GFG Pro, cost me $115, and it came with this air cap here. I don't know. Try and get this in focus for you. Yeah, Con V Pro C1. Yeah, it's got Devilbiss written on it. It's not Devilbiss, so anyway, it lays down decent base coat, but it's nowhere near as good as what this GTI Pro does. It's got a 1.3mm fluid tip on it. Actually, they both have 1.3mm fluid tip. What I have done recently is put the genuine Devilbiss GTI Pro T110 cap that is off that onto this, and it lays down a really, really nice coat of clear with that cap on there. I'd say it's worlds better than that thing that came with it. Not that I'm saying the one that came on the Chinese gun is rubbish. If you're looking at a cheapo gun like a $65 eBay Harbour Freight, I think they refer to them as, gun, it's worlds apart from them. Yeah, so there's a lot of people out there that rubbish the Chinese guns, and I think they're trying very, very hard. And like, if you look at it, the finish on it is fantastic. It's up there and comparable with the real deal. The Devilbiss name is not embossed into the, cast into the handle, and the weight on this is ridiculous compared to the Pro Light. It's, you know you're holding that, like, it feels like a brick when you're holding this thing. I know they're not meant to be the same gun, but holding this thing in your hand is so nice. It's very, very light. I guess that's why they call it the Pro Light. But yeah, a couple of things I've noticed difference-wise. There's lots of people that talk about the GFG Pro, or they compare the Devilbiss guns, the genuine guns, to the fake guns. I'm not going to go into what everyone, what's already out there available to look at. I'm just going to say a couple of things that are different that I've observed that aren't sort of I haven't heard anyone report about them or say anything about them. One of the things I've noticed is the genuine Devilbiss up here, right on the top. If I can get it to focus. On the genuine Devilbiss, this screw here is actually a Torx head, okay? And on the fake Chinese guns, it's just an Allen key, all right? What else did I notice? Well, there's something else. The inside of the pot, when you look down inside, I'm not going to bother taking the lid off because I know before you can't see it with the camera I've got on this phone. But inside there's like casting dags on the inside when you look down where this screws into the actual pot. The Devilbiss guns don't have that. They're nice and clean, they're very neat. There's no problems at all. Just trying to think what else there was. The what I was surprised about is the turns out on the fluid nozzle are exactly the same. Okay, I think they go about 2.5 turns out on the genuine Devilbiss, and you're out at full, and you're pretty close to 2.5 turns out on the Chinese gun as well. Just trying to think. Aside from the chrome finishes on this sort of stuff, which has been mentioned before, and yeah, as to how long they'll last being used, I don't know really. I've had that clear coat gun, that Devilbiss gun, for about 8 months now. That's beautiful. The only thing I do notice though, with the Chinese gun, something that's sort of a knock-on thing from owning guns, and I'm actually talking about the rifle type guns that fire projectiles, not shoot paint. We have the same for cheap rifles that have what they call creepy triggers. Okay, the GFG Pro, like the Chinese gun, I can't say for all Chinese guns. I know they make knockoffs of the Devilbiss Studio Pro Light, and there's just the standard GTIs and whatnot, and they even do a SRI knockoff, like the light ones. They do like Waters, they did, you name it. The Chinese, they're into everything. Is this here has what we call in rifle terms a creepy trigger. But if you pull it in, just have a listen. I don't know what, yeah. Oh, it's not going to make the sound now because I've got thinners in it that are running through. But yeah, it doesn't feel nice when you pull the trigger in. It's sort of like the genuine Devilbiss gun. It's smooth as silk. It feels really, really nice. This thing feels like, the springs in there and like, yeah, not as comfortable. Not that it stops it from spraying well, but just one thing that sort of makes it feel like a cheap gun. But yeah, anyway, make your own mind up about it. As I said, I don't know how long this thing is going to last for or how good it's going to be, but I am quite happy with the way that it lays down base coat. And if you're starting out and you haven't got a ton of cash to lay around for expensive guns, I'm sort of later on in life and I've been enjoying spraying, so I've spent some money and bought some decent stuff. That's fair enough. But you're starting out, I tell you what, rather than buying a $45 piece of crap off eBay that comes with, I've seen them, they come with multiple different caps and multiple different fluid nozzles and whatnot. You can get a half decent sort of layout with them, but just if you wanted to go that way, buy yourself one of these Chinese things. Spend $100 and something odd, unless you're going to be painting professionally every day. Then step up, fork out some cash, buy yourself a nice gun. But anyway, my opinion, don't crucify me for it. But it's a hobby for me. Just, do your best and see how you go. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.